We're back out here at storage again. I kind of forgot to bring any cameras with me, so we're using the Note 9. And not only that, but the front-facing camera. Just because, why not, right? I've got today and tomorrow to get rid of my third storage unit. And that one was only going to be temporary anyways, so it doesn't have very much stuff left in it right now, but let's go take a look. Oh, and yes, this is in fact just a cell phone I'm holding. And of course, getting back to the bait, what's with the sun flare? Is this? Got coffee from McDonald's and chicken nuggets. Oh. I'm gonna eat and then I'll show you what's going on. Wow, why is this so zoomed in? That's why you don't film with cell phones. Anyways, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chairs, shopping cart full of parts. That shelf's probably gonna go to Goodwill, and this TV, I don't know. I suppose that could go to Goodwill. I mean, it still works. And then there's a couple of random boxes. So anyways, I figured out... What the heck? What? Okay, this phone is weird. What's going on right now? That was weird. Anyways, just to motivate myself to get done here, I set my move-out date for tomorrow. I did that yesterday. I'm thinking I was going to come out here yesterday and actually do some stuff, but then I didn't, so yeah. So I think what I need to do is just go into the big unit, and I think I can rummage some things around in there and potentially have some more space for all this. Okay, time to go eat. Okay, so as you can see, like, obviously there's a lot of wasted space, like, up in the ceiling region, but I think if I move a lot of these boxes and stuff and kind of reorganize these power chairs, we should have room to get the rest of these things in here. Or something. Oh, then there's this thing. This is cool, but it takes up space. Alright, we're dangerously close to being done with this unit. Okay, this phone has a lot of really weird options. A few boxes, soccer guard, the shelf thing that's probably going to Goodwill, and a couple of manual chairs. That's my manual chair back there. I think I'm giving this one to someone here locally. I think it'll fit him. But, yeah. So... this weird stain on the floor was here when I got the unit, but yeah, as you can see, oh yeah, TV, I forgot about that. I think we're pretty much good to go. I'm probably gonna move that soccer guard into the other unit and then call it a day. And then we'll come back out here tomorrow and finish this up. I do believe we're done here for the day. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and finish it up. But as you can see here, there's a little bit of space in here. A lot of stuff. I'm bringing this Quantum Q6 Edge 1 back to the apartment because I'm going to try and use that as my daily temporarily. this steampunk chair, and its low height back has really been causing issues with my neck and back, so I'm going to see if I can get that thing functioning in a way that'll work as a daily. And then over there is Austin Crawford's chair. There it is. Quality video. Just charging that thing. Got all the parts ready for that, so should be good to go at any point. But yeah, been out here probably 4.5 hours now. Let's see. Oh wait, 7. I got out here at 2, so 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, like 5 hours. Made one trip to Goodwill. Gonna make another one tomorrow. And then I got a manual chair I'm gonna bring back with me for someone else tomorrow. But yeah, 7 o'clock, so traffic should be all right now. Let's get the heck out of here. Now we're kind of jumping into things in the middle here, but I'm headed back out to storage right now to finish up with the storage unit. Only problem is, that's the steampunk chair over there, and I forgot to plug it in last night. And occasionally with that one, I don't plug it in every night because I want to work the batteries a little more. So the night before that, I also didn't plug it in. So this will be day 3. But it was getting low enough yesterday, and I have to use it to finish up at the storage unit today. I plugged it into the 10-amp charger that came with the bounder, so that's actually a video I'm going to be working on at some point, is doing, basically answering the question, does plugging in your chair for 15 minutes actually help it or hurt it? It's plugged in for about 40 minutes, so that's something at least. But anyways, I'm using this other chair here. I know it's dark in here and there's noise in the background and stuff, but anyways, I'm gonna hop into that thing and get going, and then I'll explain. So that was interesting. Oh, actually, I'm gonna wait for this little car down there to leave, and then I'll explain what just happened. It was actually good. So I was in here cleaning out this unit. As you can see, we're just about done, and this little car comes up. And I've got 2 units on this side here, and I was over in the far one, and I noticed the car comes over and is like looking into my other unit. So I go over there, and it's a lady wearing the storage facility uniform. She was like, "Oh, looks like I've got 2 units that are going to be vacating today," and I was like, "No, it's just 1." So glad they got that corrected. But I mentioned to her that I put in the cancellation on this one, and then my other 2 units, the price went up the next day. And I told her, you know, that first unit, it was like $127 a month was the original price on it, and now it's just shy of $300. And she kind of made a weird face, like it seemed strange. And I said, "Is that a normal thing that happens?" And she said, "Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put in for a rent reduction on this unit." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was a thing." So that's cool. That lady doesn't work on this property. I guess she's from corporate. So yeah, if we can save some money, that would be cool. Because like I said, from 127 to like 298, that's a pretty hearty jump. But anyways, we're just about done here. I'm gonna squirrel away the rest of the stuff in the other units, and then we should be good. Well, we're officially done with this unit. They have in fact locked it up, and it's all cleaned out and no longer belongs to me. Still got a few things that need to be put away in the other one, but this one is a little bit on the full side, not gonna lie. Yeah, about that. Our battery is getting very low. We're going on 3 days without charging this thing. So just need to get this stuff crammed in here. This chair's coming back with me. That's my manual chair, so it's either gonna stay here or it might come back, I don't know. And then I gotta do something with this TV. My battery is so low right now that I had to reach up and grab the roof of the van and pull myself in. Oh, and there we go. We triggered it again. That means it will not move now. If I power cycle it, it should move a little bit. But I just finished up with everything here, and I'm headed back to my place. So hopefully letting it sit for a while, the batteries will equalize and give me enough, what do you call it? Enough power to be able to get back up to my apartment or something. Yeah, let's get the heck out of here. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised I haven't installed a charger in this van. I've got a power inverter in the back. Seems like that would be a handy thing. Of course, I don't normally run my battery so low that this is an issue. It always seems to be when I'm moving or doing stuff. And if I hadn't have forgotten to plug this thing in last night, it wouldn't have been an issue. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. So I grabbed my Quantum Q6 Edge 1. I know, not my favorite chair in the world. Well, actually, this particular one, it's kind of a Franken chair that I put together. It's got a bunch of extra different awesome components on it. But I'm going to be using that as my daily driver until I can get my Permobil fixed, which is probably still at least 3 or 4 weeks out. But it is a mid-wheel drive chair. It is sort of a smaller power base, but let's head back and I'll show you that chair and the mods that I've made to it. It's got a few upgrades. It smells like fruit in here for some reason. Oh, I forgot. I got one of those fruit boxes from 7-Eleven a few nights ago. And it's probably molding in the trash can. Okay, well anyways, here we have what is going to be my daily chair. This thing is just about to die, so I'm going to swap the cushion over, get into this thing, and after this chair charges up, I will show you all about this thing. This is my annoyed face. Do I look annoyed? So remember how that lady from corporate at the storage unit was saying that they were gonna try and do a rent reduction or something like that? Well, I woke up this morning to get a voicemail that said, basically, we're not going to honor that, sorry. Allergies, ooh. I'm just kind of frustrated right now. They can't even bother to follow the accessibility rules. I can't even get into their office anymore. I mean, they kind of got me, I guess. All my stuff's in there, but anyways, whatever. I don't know. The last couple days I've had dysreflexia really bad, so I don't have a lot of energy at the moment. But I just wanted to break in and say that. Kind of annoying, but what are you gonna do about it? There was a hand cycle clinic this morning going on. Basically, it's downtown near the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry, or OMSI as we call it. But they had several dozen hand cycles and trikes and other things out there. And they do this big clinic at the beginning of every summer. And a bunch of people can come down, hop out of your wheelchair, they'll help you get into a bike and run around a parking lot. And then they run off down the trails for a couple of hours and come back. So I went down there this morning, checked it out, met up with a few friends, and had some interesting surprises. Mostly positive ones. There's one other strange clip that you'll see here in just a second that I'll explain later. But we'll leave drama out of this video. I'm not exactly sure who this event's put on by, or if it's related to the one that happens out at the racetrack over the summer, but we'll find out. It's right up here. handcycle thing went well, and I'm actually leaving with a handcycle. It needs a little bit of repair, but I'm gonna drag it all the way back to the apartment and see if we can get this thing going. Is it a wheelchair or a wheelchair? Well, the handcycle event was fun, and I ended up coming back with a handcycle. That was really unexpected. They were giving it away. It was some old clunky thing that needs a little bit of repair. I mean, it was rideable, but, well, here, I'll just go downstairs and show it to you. So here this thing is in all of its majesty. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that hole in the seat. And I think this is plastic or balsa wood or something. But the tires seem to hold air. Probably gonna swap those out though for something else. And it's kind of nice that the chain is completely inside of the frame here. So it won't rub on your legs. Oh, I forgot. I had to take that hook off when I was dragging it behind my chair. Actually need to go back upstairs and grab that. I'm gonna try and hop on and ride this thing. Yeah, I haven't gotten on it yet. But, I mean, it's got adjustable gears. What do we got here? Is this a 21 speed? Something. And it's interesting the way it steers. The pivot's on the back here. And this whole thing is steel, so it is extremely heavy. It's just about all I can do to lift this thing up. But yeah, I just had this strap and drug it behind me. Actually, I might have footage of that from the camera on the back of the bounder. I'll have to check that. Anyways, I need to go upstairs and grab this other thing, and then I'm gonna hop in this and try to ride it around in here. Okay, well, these bolts are all bent and everything, but at least for now, I think we should be able to at least get on this thing and try it out. Okay, this is sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it kind of fits me, but like, the way this thing steers is very unstable. Of course, we're in the highest gear right now possible. And the shifters are pretty close to my legs, but let me see if I can run around here a little bit. Yeah, so there's not enough room in here to steer this thing, that's for sure. And there is no e-brake. I think I need to tighten up the steering assembly because I feel like I'm gonna fall over at any moment. I mean, I think it fits me. I don't know. I need to get back out of this thing though. It's dysreflexia. So a little bit of dysreflexia there. I think this thing might be a little small for me. I don't know what the weight capacity is on it. It's a Freedom Rider. Not sure what model, but I'm gonna have to look this thing up and see if I can find some specs on it. I think you can extend it out I think there's some bolts under the seat you can use to slide this thing back and lengthen the entire frame. That might make it fit me a little better, but regardless, this motion needs to be tightened up. Yeah, I'm gonna, and I didn't realize those handles were there. I can grab those to kind of stay steady, but I'm gonna go back upstairs and see if I can find a manual on this thing. We'll just leave that there for now. I do have a lock for it. I don't think it's long enough to reach up there though, so have to figure out something. I'm not quite sure why I thought it would be a good idea to try and ride that. I didn't ride any of the bikes at the hand cycle clinic today because I've been having some pretty major issues with dysreflexia over the last few days or week. I think I was just excited to try it out, but that was a mistake. Anyways, so I've got that thing now. I'm gonna try and get it fixed up a little bit, see if I can lengthen out the frame. It looks like the bolts underneath there come loose and the whole thing slides apart a little bit. But yeah, let me rest a little bit, and then I'm going to show you this chair that I'm using right now. It's a Quantum Q6 Edge 1, but it's going to be my new daily for a while, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm not 100% sure where my blood pressure meter is, but I think I'm going to have to take my meds. So with me, the dysreflexia, it first starts with a lot of sweating profusely, and then a headache and blurry vision. And I don't sweat. The only time I do is when there's dysreflexic episodes happening. And I think it's my lower back right now that's triggering it. Using the steampunk chair, as long as I have been, hasn't helped things. And I really shouldn't have tried to get on that bicycle just now. It's been about 20 minutes and this isn't getting better. So I keep some meds for backup purposes for this type of thing. Like, if I can't get the dysreflexia under control within about 20 minutes or so, I've got some stuff I take that will lower my heart rate, and some other meds that help widen the arteries so the blood pressure goes down. The only problem is with the dysreflexia, the blood pressure goes up and the heart rate goes down. So I have to be careful and take a very small amount of the meds because I don't want my heart rate getting too low. Oh, actually I think my phone has a heart rate sensor on it. Let me grab that because I want to see if it's dipped low. I'm not going to take those meds, but if it's been consistently high over the last half hour or so, we should be good to take them. I just don't want to make it too low. This gives me the data here. For today, it's been between 61 and 122. So let me break it down to hourly here. And it looks like over the last hour or so here, it's been consistently over 100. So yeah, and earlier before this happened, it was at 77. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab my meds and chill out here for a little while. I'm sure there's some of you that know what dysreflexia is and how it can screw you up, but yeah, it's not very fun. Okay, looks like the meds are already kicking in here.
Just as a refresher, a regular
These drugs do work very quickly. Seems like the more projects I work on, the more cluttered it gets in here. But anyways, this is the chair I'm going to use temporarily while I'm waiting for the F3 over there to get back online. But this is a Quantum Q6 Edge 1, and I've actually got, I put some custom seating on here. This is actually Motion Concepts Ultra Low. It was for an Invacare chair and isn't actually technically compatible with this power base, but I made some adapters and got the hardware to work on it a number of years ago. But it's got the seating controller here on the back, and you can adjust all of the seating functions from there. Unfortunately, they do not integrate with the controller on this chair. What I had to do was put a separate power switch down here that turns that seating controller on and off. And then there's a bunch of these blue unlabeled buttons here, and these are how I actually control the seating. So when I'm sitting in the thing, I just basically reach down and I can hit whatever button I want. This is for the tilt here. I'm going to tilt this thing all the way back and show you how I mounted it to the chair. Turn down the speed here. So this seating was designed for, actually, I think I have a light here. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Thank you, John. So this seating, as you can see, is a lot more narrow than the actual power base. And this sidebar here usually bolts directly onto this. And on the Invacare chairs, this entire assembly from here to over there will attach right down to the power base. But obviously on this one, the width is different. So what I did was I got a bunch of hardware here, and I made a bunch of these spacers. I had to run pretty small bolts, but they seem to hold up okay. Actually, it looks like I need to go through here and retorque some of these, because there is 4 of them on each side for 8 total, and it seems to be holding up at the weight okay. There's a very small gap here between the top of the power base and the seating mechanism, but I really like the Motion Concept seating. It's like a really solid setup. The seating moves pretty slow, but it's very, very strong. Oh, there's a better view of the buttons here. This one here is for the leg rests. So you can see, hit the button there and these come out. And you let go of the button. You let go of the button and then push the same button again to reverse the direction. So it takes a little bit of getting used to operate. And it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it gets the job done. Yeah, they have these really nice leg rests on here, and when you put your feet up in the air, I kind of like it because I can sort of put my heels and my feet off on the side here, and I can rest my feet or my legs on this and get the pressure off of my heels, which is kind of nice. But yeah, this is the original foot plate from the Motion Concept seating. Of course, I had to add my grip tape on there. This chair originally came, I think, with the NE Plus electronics, but I had a whole bunch of Quantum stuff left over from other projects. This is QLogic 1, and I was able to mount this on here with a swing away. I swapped out the controller, and these electronics give you a lot of different options. There's 5 different profiles that you can program up, and then they have other random things, like you can go through and set random reminders and some other things like that. These were designed to work with the seating controls, but unfortunately they're not compatible with this. You just have to use the buttons down there. But I kind of like this joystick better. Oops, this is high speed mode. I kind of like this one because it shows you this great big dial here of your battery, and then also it shows you the actual percentage that's left as well. And you got a clock and some other things on there. But it took a lot of screwing around to get the electronics to work with this. Next thing I did was, these are 1,000-watt motors. I cannot remember what chair they're off of. They're off of some sort of Quantum. It's not the 6000 or 6000Z. Those are not compatible. But I got these off of something or other. I can't remember exactly what. But this thing will do wheelies when I have it turned up all the way. And as a result of using those motors on there, the controller got a little bit hot. So I had to install, forgive this wiring right here. I used this thing as a soccer chair temporarily, and I had an issue with the wiring, so I had to pull some of it out and take off the switch and manually run it, but I need to go back and fix that. But we've got some cooling fans here, and the main controller is right under this cover. So these fans keep that thing cool when I'm running up hills and whatnot. And the motion concept seating also has this mashing bar here on the back, which is kind of nice, so you don't run into things and break stuff on your chair. Also, if you have to push this thing around manually, it's pretty handy. And also, like a lot of the Quantums, these have an actual gearbox that will go into neutral. A lot of chairs, like this Permobil here, when you flip the brakes, you're just turning off the brakes. Your gear drivetrain is still engaged. But this, when you flip it, it physically disconnects the gears. So it makes it very easy to push around the chair. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, the seating is really comfortable for me. I've got the ride forward cushion on here, along with the Matrix seat back that has a little bit of side support. The only major downfall with this chair is the range. It has NF22 batteries, and this particular chair will go 3.2 miles. Sometimes a little bit more. I've never gotten more than 3.6, but it literally stops moving. So, use for indoor, that's fine. I use this thing, and the Bounder is kind of my two daily drivers right now. It's kind of strange that me, of all people, I don't have a wheelchair that fits me properly at the moment. I mean, the Bounder does, but I can't use that indoor as like an everyday use chair, unfortunately. So I don't know. This thing will be a decent stopgap for now, and it gets the job done. The nice thing though with the NF22 batteries, they are very small, but they also charge up really quickly. And if you're low on power, you can plug it in for an hour and easily get like another mile of range out of it. But anyways, that's it for now.